All right, guys. Welcome to the Isaac Javier podcast. Join me, your host, Isaac Javier, as we deep dive into the thought-provoking discussions, explore captivating stories, and gain insights from interesting, passionate, everyday people through a laid-back, comedic lens. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the insightful discussion with the money man himself, Mr. Nick Feliz.
Yo, yo, yo.
What's going on, bro?
What's goody?
You excited?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Let's start off with, how old are you?
25 years old, man.
25?
25.
Man,
I always been like the youngest out the group.
Yeah, you was the youngest, right? You was the youngest.
Yeah.
There was
All my bros are like a year or two older than me.
Abdul? Do you mind?
Intrusive thoughts.
We try to do a podcast over here, man.
Yeah.
All right, so being from the Bronx, you've seen and heard a lot of what goes on around you, right?
Yeah.
Growing up here, how do you manage to get by?
I mean, growing up in the Bronx was I'd say it was pretty lit. I mean,
Pretty lit?
yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
I mean, I grew up with separated parents, so I like low key grew up in like two sides of the Bronx. I lived with my mom, only child, Prospect around there.
So that sounds so lit, bro.
Huh?
That sounds so lit.
No, I'm about to break it down.
Okay.
I mean, just playing sports really
Sports.
was really what I was doing.
What type of sports you played?
My dad introduced me to boxing when I was like 6 years old. He used to go to the gym himself. He used to always take me, and then I just started hitting the bag one day, and then I was like,
Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Like the first day where you were just like there? Like, do you remember that?
I kind of remember. I remember hitting the bag and like a whole group of people like started surrounding me, and then my dad was like, "Yeah, come on, keep going," and I just kept hitting the bag and shit.
That's fire.
Yeah,
That's
it was
fire.
pretty cool. But I did that all the way till I was like 14 years old. But I'm talking about non-stop. Like my dad used to pick me up from school, middle school, pick me up straight to the gym. Like ever since like third, fourth grade, bro. Like seriously, that young.
Nah, oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I was doing. I was probably playing soccer with a bunch of Mexicans in Kelly Park.
Yeah. Bro.
I would have loved to have that, bro. Because when I tell you, like, when I did that, what was like 3
You
months?
say you would have loved to have that, but just imagine being a young kid, like 8, 9, 10 years old, and like I feel like I was low key being forced into boxing because that's all I knew. I didn't get to explore no other sports. You know,
Okay.
that's why when I turned 14, I feel like that's when's that
When
going
you
into
turn-
high school?
Yeah, high school. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking for like a high school baseball team and shit,
Okay.
and that's why I wanted to get into baseball and everything.
So the younger Nick Feliz, he was doing boxing. He
Yes.
was doing baseball. And how would you describe yourself in high school?
In high school, that pitcher.
The pitcher?
You know.
Okay. I don't know what that means. No, I know what a pitcher is, but like,
Yeah, nah.
like what is that like?
I was
like,
a chill guy. I wasn't like in the spotlight heavy. I wasn't no lame. My school had a uniform, unfortunately, so I couldn't really show them how fly I could get. When I was in middle school, they knew me as like the fly guy. You know, my mom always made sure I had the latest gear. You
okay.
know?
Okay.
So so I was a chill guy.
So
in
you was
high
a
school.
representation of what was
Yeah.
trending.
Yeah.
Okay. I respect that. That's
Yeah,
that's
in
fine.
middle school.
In middle
In
school.
high school, I was chill,
Sure.
very baseball orientated.
Okay.
So I wasn't
so
mixy or nothing like
so
that.
coming from high school, college, right?
Yeah.
You did some college. You got a bachelor's degree right now?
Oh yeah, bachelor's. I'm going for my master's.
It's going to be master's.
One more semester for my master's. Ever since I was in high school, I always said I wanted to work like in the educational field, like where I'm working in the school and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why like I'm where I'm at because like I never really try to change paths. You know, ever since high school, I always said like I want to work in the school. I want to be a guidance counselor. I never really changed paths. A lot of people they like changing paths like in the middle of college. and everything.
Yeah. A bunch of people do
Yeah,
that. A bunch of people.
exactly.
But what motivated you to stay consistent? Like what was the drive? Like I remember being in high school. I'm like seeing what those teachers go through.
Yeah.
I would never want to be a teacher.
Yeah.
What was the drive though?
So being a teacher wasn't the drive. It was like being a guidance counselor.
Okay.
I had a very cool guidance counselor. Like he was chill. I just felt like he loved his job, and I was like, damn, like all he do is like talk to kids about what they're gonna do in the future. Um, he be going to the baseball games, basketball games. He's like fun. I'm like, man, that's cool. He's getting paid for this. So I really want to be a guidance counselor.
Okay.
So
Is that something you would like to explore in the future, or?
yes, I still want to do that. I feel like just being a teacher was the leg in the door to be in the educational field, you know?
Okay. Are you a person that wants to inspire the youth? Are you there to, get a degree, get out, explore other avenues?
Um,
Like, what is it? Something that you like want to get out of this experience being a teacher?
I feel like, probably opening up the kids' eyes to like a different view on life and not like the same old life in the Bronx. Like,
There's much more out there.
like showing them that a person from the Bronx, just like them, could have a different outlook on the world. You know?
Okay, so let's get into this, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone's here from the Bronx, right?
Much love to the Bronx.
BX.
Bro,
Sir.
yo, oh my god,
Yo, facts.
dude, I remember I'll go. So I used to be in I used to be in the public sphere, in the political sphere in BCC, right?
Oh, me and you went to BCC.
Yeah, all of us did. We all
You went to BCC?
at one point. At one point. In
Wait,
time.
y'all graduated?
I had a semester and a half
You know
left, and
what's
then
fucked
fucking
Fuck.
pandemic hit.
You know what's
Yeah.
fucked up?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, the pandemic hit.
I had gotten a 4.0 my first semester.
Really?
Nigga said I left with a dub.
Damn.
Nigga left with a dub and never came back.
That's the thing about college. Like I literally never stopped. Like I just kept going to school. Bro, I don't even know how I did it.
Dude,
like,
I remember seeing you and you left. I'm like, did he drop out? He's like, no, I graduated.
Yeah, I did that shit so fast, bro. Like I just never missed a class. Like I've never been that type to call out of work or like miss class. Like I don't know. I wake up, go. Like,
Yeah.
and I guess that's how I'm at where I'm at because I just never.
But
stopped.
let's get into this though, because I really want to talk about this, right?
Yeah.
Why do people have such a bad image of the Bronx? Like
Bronx?
the Bronx, bro. Like
the Bronx.
every time I go somewhere else, like I remember I was dating this girl once, right? And she had taken she's a chef. So she took me to this place in I think Queens. Yeah, so like I was saying, I was around a bunch of people that I didn't know, I was there for the vibes,
Wait,
but
where?
it was in Queens. I was around a bunch of chefs, man, and I remember like being there, and I was texting Vlad and me. I'm like, yo, bro, come over here, help me because I feel like I'm out of place.
Queens where?
I don't even know. I was drunk that night. So and I remember like there was this Australian. She was the head chef,
Yeah.
right? And she's like, oh, so where are you from and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I'm the South Bronx. She's like, she looked like she was having a hard time swallowing. She was like, oh yeah, I went to a strip club over there and I saw some girls doing cocaine in the bathroom, and then, like
Nah.
she just didn't know what to say. I'm like, okay, lady, what you want me to do with this information? So I feel like everyone has like a bad view of the
Nah,
Bronx,
that's a
and
fact.
like the Bronx is really a good place, like every place.
But yeah, people be saying that the Bronx is mad dangerous, and I feel like
Every
I don't
place
know.
is dangerous. Every place has the good
Bro,
parts
I
and
be
the bad
walking
parts.
around at nighttime. I mean, you gotta be on point. Don't get me wrong. You always gotta look around. But I mean, once you know the vibes, like that's why they say when you're from New York, you can make it anywhere because it's like when niggas be like when you go on vacation to Jamaica or like any other place, like you gotta be careful around there. Like I'm from New York, I know the vibes. I know when someone's on some sneaky shit. You feel me?
Yeah, but
So-
that comes with experience. A lot of places they don't have that that street knowledge. They don't have
Yeah.
that street knowledge.
Like being from the Bronx or like to New York City in general, like you grew up street smart. I feel like
I think it was an incident.
we all
last
street
year.
smart here.
Yeah, we all street smart. There was an incident last year, or could have been the beginning of this year, where like there was a man and his girl walking in the street, and they were walking by some crazy dude. He had a knife. Street smarts would tell you to walk across, and especially if with your girl, walk across
Yeah.
and tell you like, yo, this guy looks off. He's definitely off his knockers.
Yeah.
Let's avoid him.
Yeah.
Dude walks by him, entertains him, and guess what?
What?
Passed away.
Wait, you talking about that guy that got knocked over in the?
No, he got stabbed.
Yeah, but he fell. His girl didn't get stabbed, no?
No.
This is in Brooklyn. I seen this.
Was it in Brooklyn?
Yes.
Yeah.
He tripped over the MTA like bench.
Yeah, I think it was a
Yes,
bench. Yeah, like a bus station.
Yes. R.I.P. that guy, man.
Yeah, so
That was sad.
so
That kid got locked up.
yeah, of course. But the thing
Yeah.
is, like, if you see something like that, you're supposed to know what to do. If it like
Wasn't he
even-
from like Long Island or something?
Yeah, he wasn't from around here though.
He
But that's the
wasn't from
point though.
around
Like he doesn't have the street smarts.
Yeah, being street smart is something to help you survive out here in the streets. But this is not the life we're supposed to be living, bro. So
what you mean by
you can't
that?
even acknowledge us being street smart. Like that's not even a cool thing,
It is.
right?
I think it's a cool
You
thing.
think it's cool?
I think
We shouldn't have to
if you
grow
live
up
in New
having
York-
to like look behind our shoulder and
True.
like you know.
I agree with that. I
Like-
agree with that. But the fact that we grew up in New York, we could go to Chicago.
You want your kids to grow up like that?
No, this is the thing, and that's a great question. That's a great question.
That proposes a dilemma.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you risk your kids ending up like you and having all the benefits of having that experience, but also what I've learned is that your smarts, right? Like your book smarts, your IQ really comes from your area code. So it's like, do I give them street smarts or do I give them book smarts?
Yeah. Okay. And I wanna piggyback off that.
Okay.
All right, because you basically said your knowledge comes off your zip code, and
Mostly,
mostly,
and this is statistically like.
and mostly from where we're from, do people invest in their future?
Oh hell no! No, they rely on the system. They rely on the
On
government.
the system and the now. They just think about the now.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so I think relating back to that question you asked me before, like what I want to do for the children as a teacher, like I just want to expose them to that different view on life. On
Like there's
you know,
much more to the Bronx. You don't have to live your whole life here.
yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
You know,
There's more opportunities. Make the best of what you got and keep pushing forward.
exactly.
Yeah. I got you. That's something that I've always thought about. Like there's a part of me, right? Like anybody, where you have a good guidance counselor, and then he's like, "Yo, I would like to be like a gym coach, like a basketball teacher, right? Something that could just be laid back, but also like see the drive and effort from children and their youth,
Yeah.
right?" But
Yeah, being a football coach, I'm also the
oh yeah, I won the championship.
facts.
Hey, yeah, bro.
First ever dream charter school flag football championships champion for middle school. That was cool. Shout out my boy Jose Arello. He was the head coach. I was the assistant coach.
Shout out to Jose.
Yes, sir. We did that, man. It was so cool to see the smile on the kids' faces when they won. Cause I remember being that kid, winning the baseball championship.
So
And it's a great feeling as a kid, man.
You just relive it all over.
Yeah,
again.
I definitely relived it with the kids. That was great, man.
All right, so let's pivot now, right?
Yeah, that's
So we want to give the people some context, right? So Nick, right?
Yes, sir.
You would consider yourself a person that's well versed financially, literacy wise, right? There's a lot of Americans, right, that are consistently struggling with money management.
Mm-hmm.
How did you overcome this, and did saving your money lead to your life that you currently live right now?
I think so. First of all, my uncle, Theo David, he just exposed me to stocks in general, and he just broke it down to me what's assets and liabilities, And he just basically told me that like you just need to keep collecting assets in order to be set for the future, and like that just stuck with me. I was like, like passive income, like I need that passive income because I don't. Who wants to work forever? Who wants to work till 65? So like,
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I feel like there's only
love
three
working.
ways to get rich in this world, right? It's either you have your own business, you're invested in real estate or stocks,
Okay.
or you're profiting off your talent. There's no other way in this world that you're getting rich. So I feel like my lane is investing in real estate and stocks. And I want to get into having my own business. That's something I want to work on, you know. But because if I invest early, I've been investing since I was 20 years old, like heavily investing in assets that could hopefully give me passive income later in my life. All right. So just investing could help you not like just work forever.
Okay,
You know, I
so
could retire early
okay,
because I
so
have all my assets is making money for me.
if you were to tell your 20-year-old self when you started investing,
Oh yeah.
and if
Oh
you were
my
to
God.
if you could remember the mistakes you did
Oh yeah.
when you was younger, right?
Oh yeah.
What would you tell him to do? At 20 years old, there's 20 years old people out there that they want to start investing, but they don't know how. The mistakes they've made. What can you give them a value? What would you
So
say?
what's the question? Like, what would
What
I
would
ask
you
myself?
what would you tell yourself to do?
Oh, I would tell myself, give my money. Yo, I used to, bro. I always worked like I worked in sneaker store, Jimmy Jazz, BX Sports,
Mhm.
and yo, I lived with my mom. My mom never really asked me for money. Thank you, ma, for everything.
Shout out to moms.
So I used to just stack my money, like I used to have a couple G's like in high school, like you know.
You wouldn't spend it. You
Bro,
would
I
just
used to
save.
just have mad blue hundreds in my safe, in my drawer. Like I had a little box of safes, mad blue hundreds. I used to like take videos of myself on Snap just of mad.
But what you
at
did
that
with the
age.
money though?
Just leave it in cash.
You living in cash? You didn't
Leave it in
spend it
cash.
on like
When I started
Jimmy
investing
Jazz? Like
in
you didn't get on
stocks-
like Jordans? You didn't get like the latest?
Oh yeah. Facts.
See, that's that. Would you consider that a mistake on part of your like? If you
Super
were to go-
mistake.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to impress other people. Like,
But the thing is, all right. So are you trying to impress other people, or are you trying to stay consistent with an image that you have? Because that's your brand, in a way. So people recognize you for a certain thing.
Nah.
Like,
I don't-
was it just for the other people?
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some Jordans out there that like I want myself. Like
Right now.
there's some things that I want myself, but there's some things I just got just because I just felt like I needed more in my arsenal, in my gear of getting fly.
Okay.
And that was unnecessary, you know.
And that's valuable to you,
Yeah,
to getting fly.
it used to be.
So,
I don't care now.
but you got some Jordans right now.
Oh yeah, I'm stopped.
So that's what I'm saying though. Like I'm not trying to like pivot this in a way where like
Yeah.
you know buying Jordans is bad.
Yeah, nah.
No. Yeah,
Hell
to
no.
each his own, bro. You live your life.
I
as
feel
what
like you just
want.
need to have like your 5 Jordans that you actually want, like your top 5 ever of
Okay,
all time.
Okay. And have that in the stash.
Collect those, dead stock, and like that's it.
So
like,
you
what else
dead
you
stock and not wear them, or wear them
Yeah.
once and twice and then sell them.
Nah, don't sell them.
Don't sell them?
Don't sell them. Keep them.
What
Now
you
your top
mean?
5.
Top
What's your top 3 Jordan?
I'm not really a Jordan man.
No.
I'm not really a Jordan man.
Okay.
I'm more of a guy like, oh, those are nice. I'm about
Like my son Ralph, shout out Ralph.
Okay.
Me and him was kids. Me and him used to write it down on a piece of paper, like our top 5 Jordans. I believe we did like top 10 or whatever.
Okay.
And like we used to always tell each other like, yo, bro, we're gonna get these when we're older, bro. Facts.
And you eventually got them.
Yeah, we got them.
So all right. So now that shifts the question though. Was that manifestation? Do you think that was manifestation, or it's just like, well, there's a bunch of Jordans flying around in the market. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, manifestation at its best.
Do you believe in that?
Yeah, I believe in speaking it into existence. All that, like, yeah, for sure, manifestation.
So we was talking about this.
But trusting in God first, I feel like.
Okay.
Let's not get.
But we was talking about this when we was in the basketball court the other
Yes,
day.
sir.
And so it's like, is it manifestation? Like, do you feel like you should be able to say your aspirations and your dreams out to the world and they will come true, or is it more like, nah, I'm gonna keep this hidden and I'm gonna show them once it's all when the project is done, when I got all my aces in places and I'm like, I'm ready to show the world. What do you
So
think
something
about
that has helped me is writing down my goals. I have a chalkboard in my room, and
Mm-hmm.
literally I've been writing my solid like 4 goals,
Mm-hmm.
like my 4 goals for the year.
Okay.
And I see that every morning when I open my closet. I've been doing that since like 2020.
Okay, but do you actually look at them, or is it like something that like after a habit, you know, every day you open a closet?
I look at it. I look at
You
it
look at it?
for sure.
Do you
I see myself looking at that a couple times.
Okay? Do you take a moment
Yeah,
and look at it?
like, I gotta do.
think
I
about
gotta
it?
do some. I gotta do some. I gotta make new goals for 2024.
Okay,
Yeah. But I think
that's interesting. That's interesting, guys. I
yeah,
haven't heard
like
anyone say like do that.
nah, facts. For 2023, actually, I had big goals for 2022, and I accomplished all that. It was to get my to start my master's degree, get my first car, stack up, and work out. And I feel like I worked out for the majority of the year, but you know, you always like fall off a little.
Right,
but
right.
you know,
It's what you
I'm trying
value.
to stay consistent.
No,
Yeah.
no, we all there, brother. We all there,
Yeah.
brother. So if there was one person that you could send all your love, all your appreciation in this world, who would it be?
My mom,
Your
for
mom's?
sure. My mom
Felt that?
and my dad, my parents. You know, I'm blessed that I was raised by two great parents, even though they were separated growing up.
They tried their
Like,
best.
I always felt
raise.
loved as a kid. I never had like a
Bye-bye.
toxic relationship with my parents. You know, they always supported me in everything I did. Yeah, and they always wanted the best for me, like for real.
And as a young boy, did you see that as like, were you mature enough to see that, or were you just lost in your own world? Because sometimes there's some kids that they actually have self-awareness to the point where like wow, I'm actually alive and I'm doing well because of my parents, and they overlook that, and they
Yeah.
even start resenting their parents because they broke up, or you know, I don't see my dad as often, I don't see my mom as
I
often.
never had that for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
My mom low-key thought like I was like a mad child, like when I was like
Mad
six,
child.
like when I was like sixth and seventh grade, because like or like in fourth and fifth grade, because like when they broke up. But like I don't know, like their breakup didn't affect me
Like
too
most-
much. Like most people, like most people would, because like my dad made it a priority for him to always stay in my life, take me to the gym,
Wow.
come to my baseball games. Like I didn't really feel that like that heartbreak of them breaking up.
They like you didn't
know?
feel like they broke up. They just separated.
Yeah, they separated.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of kids like even for me, right? Like, I'll speak a little bit about myself. Like when I was a kid, that shit broke me. That shit broke me in half. Yeah. That shit broke me in half. I remember like, you know, my mom and my dad would get into arguments, and I just, you know, I have an older sister, Melina. And I remember they would be arguing, and I would be crying, and I would be like right there next to my sister, like, yo, stop. I wouldn't say yo, stop. Like, please stop, daddy, please.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't the best of situations. So like, for you to say that you had your dad involved in your life even after they separated,
Facts.
that's gold. You struck gold there, brother. A lot of people, especially in the Bronx,
Yeah.
you're
man.
fortunate. I would say that. So we'll end with this, because I think we got 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
What is something personal you like to leave with the audience?
Something personal.
Something personal, something you wouldn't tell anybody right now, like they would leave with value.
Something I feel like I could leave that is like personal to me, that I'm heavy on, is basically having that stash on the side, like collecting assets. Like every time you get paid, just make sure some of that money is going towards your stash. Make sure it's like in some type of assets. You
Let's
know?
like, okay, so quick, right? Because we don't got a lot of time.
Yeah.
So if I'm 12 years old, right, and
Yeah.
I'm getting an allowance of $10 a month, $10 a week,
Yeah.
right? How you think I should spend that?
Why you gotta spend it? Just
Save it.
Put it in your drawer.
Just save it.
Yeah.
Save it. And then how would I know what to invest in? Because there's so much things to invest.
That's why you need a teacher like Mr. Feliz to tell you. Cause I mean, how is a 12-year-old gonna figure out how to invest if no one's telling him, especially a 12-year-old from the Bronx?
So find a mentor. Look into it.
A
Be
mentor will
informed.
be good for
Okay.
sure.
Okay, so
Follow the right people on social media.
you guys heard it, right? Follow the right people.
Yeah.
We got 1 minute left.
sir.
I just want to say thank you guys for coming over and doing this podcast. Especially, I've been getting a lot of traction, and it's great to see when your brothers come over and
Yes, sir.
they help you out and they help inspire the dream, right?
Yes, sir.
So, well, if you want to leave a tag, you want to leave something.
I don't really use Instagram like that.
You don't use Instagram?
But GodX Nick.
Okay.
I don't really be on Facebook like that, but Nick Feliz.
Nick Feliz. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, thank you guys for listening. It's been an amazing show with a dear friend. And to the next.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, baby.